Okay, so got super glue. I'm gluing Storm's leg back together again.
Of the Sherman. We should burn down Atlanta again. Burn down Atlanta again. Sure understood something. You can't fight a war if you have nothing to fight it with.
The Union fought war with rules, and the Confederacy came along and broke them because they fought wars without rules. So then Sherman said, "Let me show you what total is."
Okay,
Yeah.
so
If you ain't gonna play by the rules, we are.
Let me show you what total warfare is. So Mattel the Hun shit.
Burn down everything.
okay, Storm, do not fall apart, please. I just glued you back together.
He
Dang it.
personally thinks they did more damage during the Carolina campaign. South and North Carolina, considering Sherman himself said he had quite the hatred for South Carolina and wanted vengeance because they were the ones who started the war.
Her leg has been glued back together.
South Carolina. So Sherman, in his own memoirs, personally said he thinks he did way more damage in South Carolina than he ever did.
Okay. Anyways, Storm's leg cannot stay together for some reason, so now she's been glued back together again. She has a problem with standing up because her leg keeps on falling off. Now, I'm gonna show you guys what I did with Storm's leg that made it fall off this time. Boop. Yeah, I pushed it like this. Bruh. Morning days on the nest. So yeah. You guys are blind. I'm burning my feet off. I'm going back inside. Well, that's not how this Pinky last year was supposed to go. Okay. Hello. I got a hanger. Thank you guys for. Okay, well, this is boring. Thank you guys for 163 subscribers. Like, my goodness, it's so amazing how I don't have so many subscribers. And all that. Nobody's talking. like absolutely nobody. Hello. Aaron. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is Aaron. Hello, Aaron. Okay, Jack, stand up. But thank you guys for 163 subscribers. This is the most subscribers I have ever had on all 3 of my channels. This is my 3rd channel, so yeah. You know, recently I was remembering something, like literally last night. Who wants to hear the story on how I almost got a concussion? Lovely. Yay. Yippee. Jack, yay. Okay, there we go. Jack, basically, we were staying at this hotel apartment thing called the White Wolf thingy. So here's the thing. I was going to get the shower because, well, hygiene. I need to be clean. Although I know, the thing that holds up the curtain on, like, the shower curtain, yeah, it fell down on my head and I fell back into the bathtub. Yay, lovely. I almost got a concussion that day, so story. That was an experience. Oh, and then while we were there was also a tornado. Warning. Yeah, we were going to the pool. Yes, they had a pool. My friend loves wolves. Nice. Wolves are my favorite animal. So while we were also there, we were going to the pool. They had an outdoor pool and an inside pool. The inside pool was pretty boring because basically, no, you're not allowed to jump in. No, you can't do that. Yeah. Yes, we can't do anything that makes a pool fun. So, yeah. We only went to the indoor pool once, and that was because it was too cold to go to the actual outdoor pool. One day. But then we went to the outdoor pool. Pretty sure that was like a couple days before we went to the indoor pool. But yeah. As we were getting out of the car, because my god, this was like a mini subdivision. You had like the blue board houses, apartment, hotel things. You had the white wolves, the elk, he's yeah. It's basically a subdivision. So yeah, we had to drive to the outdoor pool. So as soon as we got out of the car, we started to hear tornado sirens. And well, we decided, yeah, we're going to get back to our room and hide in the... It had 2 floors. It had 2. This place has 2 floors. So we got onto the bottom floor. You enter on the top floor, and then you go down into the bottom floor. So yeah. It was... So I kind of just stayed there and watched TV. Has anybody seen like those survived animal attack things, because yeah, that's what we were watching. Like, we were watching this one where a guy got like almost eaten by an alligator, and a guy got almost eaten by a bear. Yeah, we watched those at the place. It was pretty cool. Also, a little experience from the indoor pool. um, yeah, fun times. But most of the day was actually pretty fun. Despite the tornado and me almost getting a concussion, but it was actually pretty fun for most of the stay. I got Lego sets. That was pretty cool. I actually still have those Lego sets. Anyways, there was this girl. Her like husband was the manager of the indoor pool, not the boss, the manager. But she was micromanaging everything, even though her husband was the one who was the actual manager of the indoor pool. Hi, Wild. So basically, she said, so there was like a group of 3 teenage boys. They were getting ready to jump in English. They were getting ready to jump into the deep end of the pool. And she came out and said, "No jumping in the pool." There's literally nobody else there except for us, those 3 teenage boys, parents, and the 3 teenage boys. Oh. I do not care about what my brother sent to the group chat right now. I send something stupid. Anyways. Sometimes they're funny. Yeah, it's not very, it wasn't a very fun place for the indoor pool. But the outdoor pool was fun. Yeah. I hope you know this was like during summer. I have it like... Whoa. We got like... There's a dollar store like right outside the subdivision, because like you have to drive through like the woods. That sounds really weird. And there's like a Dollar General right outside of it. So basically, it's just a highway, and then you have to take a turn. So you drive. Then basically, you see the place, which is, I don't remember what it's called. I'm pretty sure it's called Native something. And then you turn in. And then you turn in there, and that's where all the houses are and things. But basically, right across the street from it is a Dollar General. Which, to be honest, that is where we got most of our food for this. Which, to be honest, that's where we got all of the food for the stay. We stayed there for like a week. Weekend, I meant. Okay. So yeah. That's pretty interesting. It's my brother's birthday. Aw. I hope he has a good birthday. Oh. Not meaning to do that. But yeah. It was honestly really fun. Sure, I had some bad experiences, like the indoor pool, the tornado, almost getting a concussion. But to be honest, nice. I will say this, if you get a scale, like one of those scale things, I would say the fun outweighs the bad, to be honest. I had more good experiences during that stay than bad experiences during that stay. Nice. I like taking pictures myself. I like taking pictures myself. I post YouTube shorts with some pictures I've taken, but I haven't posted one in a while, so I was gonna do one yesterday, but my phone died, so sad. Very sad. Wah. Ugh. I'm assuming you're the older brother? I'm assuming you're the older brother, so yeah. Or little brother, I don't know. All I know is I'm the youngest of two older brothers, and it's annoying. Ugh. I'm back. I had to leave for a... Okay. My mom has fantastic... I'm pretty sure that means footage. I'm back. I had to leave for a... Pretty sure that's a second. For some reason, my phone keeps on, like, cutting out, like, parts of them. Sorry. Sorry, I didn't finish. I'm back. I had to leave for a second. Okay. I know what you mean. I knew the English. But yeah. We played mini golf. It was pretty fun. But yeah, that place was pretty fun, and I would love to go back there sometime. But the only reason why we even went there is because the thing is, my mom got it for like free because she like I don't know how she got it for free. I'm pretty sure it's like on one of her cruise ship things because every like couple years I'm going to be a challenge with my wolf crest wolves. I'm going to do like a single. Oh, that sounds exciting, Wild. You can pick if you want to do a single father or a single mother. Anyways. But yeah. Because every like couple of years, like, every 3 years, my mom, her two sisters, and my grandma, they go on a cruise ship. So yeah. And I'm pretty sure that's actually how she got that place for free. So it was pretty cool. I'll do a poll. If I need help choosing which one I think they would rather see, I just do a poll. So yeah. Oh, and to give you a little bit of a timeline that we went to. Pretty sure this was around 2020. Pretty sure this was around 2021 or 2023 when this happened. And for people who know that I do Civil War reenacting, it was like a week or two after the reenactment of Gettysburg. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, Wild. I'll be back myself, so yeah. I did not mean to do that. Anyways, hello, I am back. Okay. Anyways. Hang on. So anyways. That that's around the timeline it was. So yeah. It was pretty fun. I really liked it. Oh, there was this arcade and I got like this mushroom. And basically, after I was done, basically, I wasn't feeling good. So, I fell asleep watching TV. Also, my friend was there. They said, we're gonna go to the arcade. You wanna come? I said, nah, I'm good. So, my oldest brother stayed behind. Make sure I didn't, like, die or something. I fell asleep and I woke up to another mushroom that my mom got me from a claw machine. It was really fun. My friend was over. She was really cool. That's the one I was having a sleepover with, and for one reason why I was gone for so long. So yeah, my bad. My phone died during the sleepover. But yeah, I have a lot more funny stories. Okay, so I did put up a poll up on my channel, so I will see. Okay. I will vote once this live stream is over. Hello. Hello. Like through Roxy. How could they? To the live stream. Anyways. Here's a weird thing I've always wanted to learn. I want to learn German. It's not very weird to want to learn a new language. I just really want to learn German. Or, well, Irish. No, I do not care what kind of German or Irish I learn. I just want to learn either of the two, or maybe both. I'll probably be going live after you, Howard, because I think my stream is working now. That's so cool. I can't wait. So, yeah. Me and Cadence will be, I don't know if Cadence wants to film this. I will ask her. But, me and Cadence will be doing a role play together. How was your day today, Howell? Pretty good. I slept most of the day. It was nice. But yeah, what's another story I can tell? I'm good. Wild, how was your day? What's more stories I can tell from experiences? Has anybody else been go-karting? Nobody's happy when they have to wake up really early in the morning. Anyways, has anybody else gone go-karting? Go-karting is amazing. First, I was scared to drive a go-kart, and now I love go-karting. I think when we first went to a go-karting, I would have my mom drive the go-kart, and I would just ride passenger until we got to the one where, hello big cats, until we got to the go-kart where there weren't 2 seats. So I had to drive it myself, and I really enjoyed it. Do you know what happened to Winter? No, I do not know what happened to Winter. My day was good, hello, but I've been thinking for a while, and I think I want to quit YouTube soon, so... Hey, Big Cats. It's not my choice, but I just hope you know I really enjoy your series, and, if you think it's the right thing to quit YouTube, if you think it's the right thing to do for you is quitting YouTube, then do it. I won't mind. Anyways. But yeah. And I really enjoyed it. Also, my guy, those kids are ruthless at go-karting. Okay, well, it's your opinion, and if that's your opinion and you seriously think it's good for you, then do it. I don't want you to feel like you're miserable. Honestly, I was pretty good at it. I was staying until basically a kid hit me in the side. My God, it would be the equivalent of a 3-car pile up, cause this kid hit another kid into me, spinning me out of control. And I had a bruise thanks to that. Oh, but I loved it. Also, I think I may have gave the person. So yeah. I was trying to turn around and I started to go the other way, but then I finally got it and turned around. But it was really fun. That's not good. Yeah, but obviously they had padding and things like that because, well, go-karts, they don't want you to actually get hurt. It was just a bruise. It was just a tiny bruise, about this big. It was a tiny bruise. So yeah. Go-karting is fun. I would love to do go-karting again, but sadly it costs money. Also, my most recent go-karting experience was, I'm pretty sure, during winter, because where I live, we don't get snow during winter. It just gets really, really cold. Really cold. But whatever. So then we were doing go-karting. My hands felt so numb. But here's the thing. Basically this go-karting track was not the same one. I started going snow like December. Yikes. Anyways. It was for a friend's birthday party. My hands were so cold, but here's the thing. It's basically, once you start, you go up a hill, then it's just a straight thing, and then you go back down the hill. And the thing is, when you were going up the hill, my car kept on sputtering because it was low on gas. So every time I heard it, I was like, man, my go-kart's going to run out of gas. I'm just going to start falling backwards and like die. Yeah. Cool. Spoiler alert, it had enough gas to get me back to the finish line without running out. So yeah. It was really fun. And I would love to go go-karting again, but it costs like money and yeah. What's the wolf's name? This is Jack. His name is Jack. I was going to use Storm, but for some reason, you want to know what happened? I grew Storm's leg back together. And all I did was this, and her leg fell off. So it's re-glued back together now. And so I'm using Jack. Anyways, I love go-karting. I'd love to do it again. Maybe for my birthday, I could ask my mom about it. Because actually, when I first went go-karting, it was for my oldest brother's birthday. And I loved it so much. I would love to do it again. And funny thing, every time we go go-karting, it's for somebody's birthday. Because the one where I was talking about where it's just a hill and I thought I was going to run out of gas and die. When do you think you're going to? Just curious. And I don't know, probably when I'm done yapping about experiences and have nothing else to talk about. Also, this live stream will be going up on public so people can watch this live stream if they want. Anyways. The one I thought I was going to run out of gas on was actually from my older brother, not my oldest brother. I have my older brother and my oldest brother. My older brother's friend's birthday. We went go-karting. Then there was my oldest brother's birthday, which was the first time I ever went go-karting, and I enjoyed it. Hi. I'm just talking about go-karting. And yeah, I would like to do it again, maybe for my birthday, because like go-karting was so much fun. Anyways. Well, happy birthday, and I hope you have fun with your dog. Hi, Deathlight. How are you? I'm good. How are you, Deathlight? I finally got dog too. Nice. I hope both of you have fun with your dogs. I know I had fun with my dog, but now she's getting old and, well, tired. So she doesn't really play fetch anymore. So yeah, I know I had lots of fun with her when she was able to move around a lot more, but now she's old and she's getting older, so she's getting more tired. I understand that. I still love her. Her name is Fluffy. She's a Great Pyrenees Golden Retriever mix. My grandma's dog sadly passed away. Her name was Lucky, and I miss her so much. Aww. One is my sister's, and one is my dog. My dog is my sister's dog. It's okay. Nice. I've been wanting to get another dog because at one point we had 3 dogs. We had Hoth, Luna, and Jack. Jack was a puppy. Hoth and Luna were his parents. And here's another thing. Hoth was a German Shepherd, Husky, and Coyote mix. And Luna, I don't even know what Luna is. All I know is Luna was a mixed breed like Hoth. So yeah. So Jack was whatever Luna's parents were, and Hoth. And Hoth's parents. So yeah. It was pretty cool. Oh, and we loved Jack, but for some reason, but here's the thing. We had sheep at the time we had those three. Nah, you're good. Yeah, I seen it. And you're good. Aw. Thank you, Wild. Yeah. I love going live because I think it's so much fun to interact with all of my subscribers and fans in real time. Okay then. Anyways. But yeah, it was so much fun. Just choose whichever one you want to use. But seriously, so we had sheep. Back to the story. So we had sheep at this time. And basically, there was this black dog. And it killed one of our sheep. And we found Jack and Hoth eating the dead sheep. So, well, we thought Hoth killed it. No, I do not. I will not. So we thought Hoth killed the sheep and Jack and Hoth were eating it. So we got rid of Hoth and Jack and we kept Luna. So I probably should have done like a warning before this story started. Sorry, Wild. My bad. And then basically, I didn't pay enough attention to Luna after we got rid of Hoth and Jack. So Luna became incredibly depressed, so we gave her away to people with a farm, and now I'm pretty sure she's probably died of old age and she has a better life now. She probably had a better life. And then we got Fluffy. So, yeah. Me too. My favorite breed has to be a German Shepherd. And to be honest, if we ever get another German Shepherd, and if it's a girl, I'll probably name it Roxy. So yeah. But I've been looking at one specific kind of shepherd. It's Black King Shepherd. And I love them. I love dogs and cats and wolves. Nice. But Black King Shepherds are just solid black shepherds. But I would just love to get a German Shepherd in general. And if we ever got a Black King Shepherd, I'd probably, to be honest, probably name him King. If it's a boy. At least I've done thought about this. If we get a normal German Shepherd like this, it will be either Roxy, if it's a girl, probably, and it would be Buck if it's a boy. And if we got a Black King Shepherd, it would be King for a boy. Whoa. I don't think I can believe you. One part of me believes you because I've heard, be honest, way crazier stuff. And the other part of me doesn't believe you. So yeah. And if the Black King Shepherd was a girl, be honest, I would probably name it. I don't really have a name for if it's a girl, but I'd have to go with either Widow or Luna. I think I'd go with Widow. Like a Black Widow. So yeah, those are my names for a Black King Shepherd or just a normal German Shepherd. For a normal German Shepherd, if it's girl, Roxy. For a German Shepherd, if it's a boy, Buck. If it's a Black King Shepherd. I love dogs too. I've been wanting to get another one, but here's the thing. We tried to get another one, but we just couldn't. Yuck. Listen. I know they need to be potty trained. Nice. For a Black King Shepherd, if it's a boy, it would be King, and if it's a girl, Widow. Max and Brownie are really cute names, to be honest. But yeah, I love dogs. Those are some stories. I could tell some stories on some injuries, I guess. So, if anybody knows, so 2023, I think, we got these things called knee gliders. They were basically scooters with three wheels, and they had little, and you would put your knees on them and push off with your feet. And one time, we were knee gliding. My older brother stopped. Me and his friend were still going, knee gliding. We were doing it at this park, and this park was pretty small. It just had a walking trail that you could see. So the friend's parents were just keeping an eye on us. So basically, I went to push off with my foot, and I was done going pretty fast. And here's the thing. It caused the knee glider to do a sudden stop, throwing me off of it and scraping my knee. Oh, and also I got gravel and stuff in it because this road, it was just like one of those concrete paths which still have a little bit of gravel and things on them. So yeah. And yeah, sorry. Remembering the side of it just makes me feel like I'm a throw. So there was one time I was driving a four-wheeler, and it was my first time riding them around my friend's house, and I flipped it and broke my leg. Ow, what jeez. So I was obviously crying and screaming. Jeez, that sounds painful, dark. Death like. So my friend's parents come over. So does my older brother. My older brother and his friend and his friend's parents come over. His friend's mom starts to use water to wash it out. And then they put a bandage on it. So yeah. Then a couple of days later, once I removed the bandage, it peeled off the scab that was on the bandage. So then I had to disinfect it with peroxide, and for some reason nice. And for some reason my brain thought, yeah, this is going to hurt. Ouch. And then at this time I still played soccer, so once it scabbed back over, the funny thing is, there was a game. It was the day after raining. The day before the game, it was raining. It was blue versus purple. I'm getting ready to kick the ball because I was doing running. I was getting ready to kick the ball to the goal. And the thing is, I slip on the mud and the scab falls off. It hurt. So my soccer coach, which is pretty cool. My parents probably let me get a German Shepherd. Not until I move out. I mean, right now I'm 17. Wild, we don't tell ages. No, sorry, Wild, we don't tell ages. Anyways. So yeah, my soccer coach, basically, she went and got a bandage. They wiped off the mud with things, because there's a little snack bar, so They got water, washed it out with the water from the snack bar, got some napkins, wiped the mud off of it, and they got a bandage. And yeah, I put on the bandage. They asked, "Do you want to do you want to go sit down and watch the rest of the game, or do you want to go back to playing?" So I'll go back to playing. So yeah, we won. We were blue team, by the way. We were blue team, and my sock turned purple. I actually am pretty sure I went to go sit down on the bench with my mom and watch the rest of the game. So yeah. I don't really remember. This was years ago. So I don't know if I went back to playing or I went to sit down. I don't remember. Don't judge me. But I remembered most of the story. And I actually have a scar there now, so fun. Then let's see. Oh, by the way, all of this is on my right leg. All of these stories happened. Nice, you got a puppy. Puppies all handful. We have had multiple. The most recent puppy was Churchill, and I hate him with every fiber of my being. Sorry. I love dogs. I love puppies. It's... Churchill was a Australian doodle. The Australian Shepherd Poodle mix. Yikes. Ouch, Deathlight. I think soon I might do a face reveal on my channel, but I don't really know yet. Okay, wild. Anyways. But yeah. Let's see, the second scar I got was actually thanks to an infection, which I will say this, it hurt way worse than all three of me losing that scab combined. Oh my goodness, I wanted to die so bad right there. Ugh. The thing is, so we were yard-tailing. I scraped my leg, and it wasn't bleeding. I'm going to do my life at 4 o'clock. Okay. And it was bleeding. It wasn't bleeding, I meant. But it was a couple days after that, and I could not wear pants without, like, my leg hurting exactly where the cut was. So I pulled up my pants leg. Yeah, it was green. Last time I checked, cuts are supposed to be green. So I tell them my parents were away, and I hope you can be there. I will try to be there. Dear goodness, I don't know if something's gonna happen last minute. Hug. Anyways, and my parents are gone, so my oldest brother, yeah, okay, so we took a pair of tweezers, started to pull up the green, by the way, this is just a warning, this might get a little bit gruesome for you, so we started to pull up of the green flesh with the tweezers, and it was like oozing yellow. So we first disinfected it, then we pulled it up with the tweezers, and we disinfected that, and it hurt so bad. And we put a bandage on it, and I was so nervous. But then we did a second day. It was going to get infected again. The most I've got here is in the country. I really just, so I don't want to hear this. I'll be back after you're done talking. Trying to sound mean. Bye. It's okay, Wild. See you in a minute. See you in a few minutes. So yeah, and it was like a couple days after that, and it started to hurt again, so we removed the bandage. Then we started to pull up the rest of the green skin, and it was still oozing. So we removed as much as we could. We removed all of it, and then we poured a bunch of rubbing alcohol on it. And my guy, it hurt so bad. It hurt worse than all 3 times I've broken my bone. Okay. It was the most I will say this. It was the most painful thing I have ever experienced, and I have got hurt a lot. And I'm not even being dramatic. I over exaggerate things, but I swear this was the most painful thing. I've combined all of my injuries combined. Yeah, it hurt worse than that. Being dramatic, so don't think that actually happened. Anyways. And then, so yeah, I was crying. We put a bandage on it. It didn't get infected again. And now I have a scar there on top of a scar. A scar on a scar. So yeah, that was interesting. Anyways, yeah, I'm adjusting so the camera's got off. I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you. Nah, it's fine. Injuries, getting hurt is a part of life, to be honest. So I don't really care. Sure, it hurts, but doesn't all injuries. Oh, my brother. Oh. I'm back. Welcome back, Wild. So yeah. I have broken my bone 3 times. First time, so there was this hole in our floor that we did not know of until I fell in it. So I was walking in the house from the doorway. Man, I sure do look. Oh my gosh, I just dropped Jack. Oh my god. Ow. Anyways. So yeah. Don't worry, we got that fixed. After I broke my bone. Then the second time I broke my bone, same ankle. It was my right ankle all 3 of these times. My right leg gets beat up a lot, so don't worry. All the stories I'm going to be telling have all been on my right leg, so yeah. Or at least the right side of me. And then, so I was getting out of the car, and my brother, my older brother, not my oldest, okay, shut my ankle in the car door. And well, it hurt and I broke my ankle, so yay. And then we have a whole 2-foot drop. I was going to jump off a staircase when we have one. We have a porch now, which you guys have seen. I have done live streams on that. But we had a staircase at one time. I jumped off of it. How long is your live stream? An hour and 6 minutes. An hour and 6 minutes. So yeah. Okay. And I landed it wrong, and I broke my ankle. So the joke has been, I got them Chinesium ankles. No offense to anybody who's on Chinese. It's a joke. Anyways. So yeah. And those are all 3 times I broke my ankle. Then we have this one time we have carpet. I stepped on a carpet grip and cut my toe open. That was painful. Oh, and we didn't even have any bandages, so my dad, being my dad, he wrapped it up in a paper towel. Yeah, lovely. And then let's see. One time we had this Nerf gun machine gun on the floor. We forgot to pick it up after playing with it. I accidentally stuck my toe in it because I was walking. Wasn't paying attention. I kind of wonder what I should do on my live stream after this. Well, that's up to you. I decided to tell stories today. So that's what I'm doing. And then it cut my toe open, so lovely. Oh. And then let's see. We have my thumb right here. You probably can't see it on camera, but I actually have a scar on this thumb. Because there was a carpet knife. I was told not to play with the carpet knife. You know what I did? I played with the carpet knife and cut my finger open. And then, when I forgot if you are a boy or a girl, I am female. I am a girl. So, yeah. And then, just to add a cherry on top, I even lied to my mom about it, so, yeah. Don't worry, I eventually told her that I lied about that. So, yeah. Yes, I am a girl. Anyways. Oh, cool. Anyways. But yeah, so I have a scar on my thumb from that. Then we have a little bit of a firework incident. You know those smoke bomb fireworks? Well, they shoot tiny little fireballs before they start releasing the smoke. Anyways, they release tiny fireballs. And I didn't know this until I thought, oh yay, I'm gonna stand in front of it waiting for the smoke to come out. Yeah, they tried to tell me not to do that, but it shot the tiny little fireballs and they landed both on my ankle, and it hurt. So we put cold aloe vera on it and a bandage, and I picked off the scabs for some weird reason, and then it hurt, and then now I have a scar there. Also, I have a third scar. I don't remember how it was. I don't remember how I actually got that one. I'm pretty sure I fell down, scraped my leg pretty bad. Oh no, wait! I actually remember now. I fell on a stick. That sounds incredibly stupid now that I say it out loud. But yeah. So it was 4th of July, not the same 4th of July that I got my anchor hurt. It's like, actually last year. Dang. This was last year. Yikes. That sounds like it would be painful if you got hit. And then, hold on. So, basically, we needed some burger buns for burgers. Wow. You know? And I decided, yeah, I'm gonna go with them. So they were waiting on me to get my shoes on, because I was barefoot. Anyways. So I was running to catch with them, because they were just kind of standing there. I slip on a rock. Like, bro, this sounds like it's straight out of a cartoon. I slip on a rock and cut my leg on a stick. Yeah. And first we thought it was just a little bit of scrape, until we were about to get in the car. Look down. My leg's bleeding. So then I went inside the house, washed the mud off my leg. We got a Band-Aid, slapped it on there, and yeah. And then a couple days, and then like a month or two after that, we went going yard sailing. And I picked off the scab, and now I have a scar there. So I have 3 scars, all 3 right next to each other on the same knee. Lovely. Actually, they overlap. Funny thing. They in fact all actually overlap. The rotten flesh one, which is what I call it, overlaps with the knee glider one, and then the stick, and then the stick one overlaps across the rotten flesh one. You're just like picking at scabs. Don't. Yes, I do, I guess. Because most of my scars are actually from me picking at the scabs. Oh, and then one time, in fact, you see this corner right here? I busted my head open on it. So yeah, I don't think I got a scar from that one, but all I know is my head was bleeding because I hit my head on that one time, so yay. Then let's see, my cat Pumpkin, when we first got her, she still needed to drink milk, but she was doing better. She was getting older. She could eat dry food at the time this happened, but she was still really small. I had multiple brindleys when I was little. Wow. Nice. And then, so she like scratched the actual eyeball, not the eyelid, the actual eyeball. So yeah, then we washed it out with water, and so yeah, that's how I can still see out my right eyeball. Yeah. You know what? Saying all these stories kind of makes me think, man, I'm dumb. Marker. Wow. Oh, funny thing. I actually have a scar from Pumpkin as well. Cause that thing, when she was little, she would grab onto your leg and use you as like a ladder. And I was wearing shorts one day. For real, same thing happens here. Nice. So, and I was wearing shorts. I was sitting down on the couch next to my mom. This thing comes bolting, scratches my leg, and bolts and runs off. My leg was bleeding, so I wipe off the blood, and then continued bleeding, so I went to go wash it. Hello, pretty. Morning. Damn it. So I can't read, man. I'm dyslexic. Can't understand that, sorry. But anyways, I tried. And what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then it scabbed over after it was done bleeding. So yeah. And then I picked off the scab and I have a scar there now. Yes, I do like picking at my scabs. Deathlight. Do you think Shadow will join your live stream? Do you think Shadow will join your live stream after? Maybe. I don't know. It would be cool if Shadow joined. Anyways. Then let me think. What was I saying? Yeah, so now I have a scar there. And let's see. Basically, you can get sores underneath your eye. I got one of those one time. All you need to do is when you get them, is just boil a tea bag, and then you take a paper towel, put it over the eye, then you put the tea bag on the eye, and it basically soothes the sore. So yeah, I guess that isn't really an injury. One time when we still had Luna, someone says stuff like that. I'm not interested. You know what? That's funny. That is pretty funny. Bye, Wild. Anyways. I never. Wild. I will have to say this. I have never really. We have chestnut trees. I step on chestnuts a lot because I'm barefoot. Sometimes I bleed, but most of the times I have never got a scar from them, so yeah. And one time when we still had Luna, we were spending a couple gay days at my grandma, which she's just up the hill. And well, my dog Luna was excited to see me again, so she jumped up, and she's pretty tall. When she when she would stand up on her hind legs, she'd be the same height as me. And to be honest, I was like 5 or 8, to be honest. So yeah, she was the same height as me. And the claw like scratched the underside of my eye, and I was crying. So yeah. I never got a scar from it though. And yeah. Be honest, that's probably all the injury stories I've got. Be honest, that's really all the injury stories I got. At least that I can remember. So yeah. And all of these are different ages, or sometimes the same age. Anyways, yay! I got hurt a lot, and I have a lot of scars. The scars aren't very... You can't see them. I used to have... I used to have a Great Dane, and he would... Wow. Anyways, that's all the injury stories I've got. It was pretty cool. Well, not cool, but yeah, I have a lot of scars from pure stupidity. Those things are big. Yeah, my aunt actually had a Great Dane. His name was Mordu. He died from old age. Very sad. Oh wait, I have another one. I do have one more injury story. Well, technically, I got bitten by an entire colony of ants one time, but yeah, we're about to be talking about that. Anyways, so I was playing with my grandma's gardening hose. Although did I know, I was standing directly on the top of an anthill, and well, they started freaking out when water started flooding their home. So then I started getting bitten by like dozens of ants, and yeah, I was crying. So yay! But yeah, that was. Yeah, I got bitten by. Like, probably because I have random stories to tell every time I go live. Ooh, I have more stories. That too. I have more stories. There's no more injury stories I can think of. But oh wait, there was actually 2 times I got bitten by anti-colony ants. One time at my aunt's house, not the one with the Great Dane. My aunt that lives in North Carolina. One time I stepped on an entire anthill and I got bitten. That was nice. Not really. Hi Wild, welcome back. So yeah. And basically, I have some other stories, but yeah. This one might be a little bit traumatic, so just a little bit of a warning. This one might be a little bit traumatic. My grandma used to be able to walk perfectly fine, walk around perfectly fine. Now she needs a walker. Thing is, I would probably say I'm your biggest. Youch. That's gotta hurt. Let's see. My grandma got into a car crash because basically there was this white truck. We decided it broke down, so me and my mom got out, and I will say this. I would have died if it wasn't for my mom saying no. Because my grandma was going to back up the white truck while we attached a chain to her Suburban. The chain broke and the white truck fell down the hill into a house. And the thing is, I was wearing a jacket because it was cold out. My mom said, give me a jacket because my grandma was bleeding so bad. They need to find a way to stop the bleeding before she bled to death. Luckily, she's still alive, but still. The person that had the car crash into the house drove the Suburban away a little bit. And I was told to just go to my aunt's house, which lives right down the hill, and stay with my cousin, which was awake at the time. So yeah. And the medics got there. It was ugh. Yeah, it was because I was like 5 or 6. This happened in 2024. So hold on, I'm gonna do the math real quick. I'm not good at math, guys, but I think it might have been 4 years ago. No wait, no. I don't remember what year this happened, to be honest, but I know it was 4 years ago because my mom said it was 4 years ago. So yeah, I was terrified because like I looked at the pictures my mom had. There was like a giant blood clot on her head. So yeah, it was honestly scary. And the worst part is, I wanted to be in the passenger seat next to my grandma. If my mom didn't say no, I would have probably died. I have to go somewhere. Not too far. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, and here's the thing. I've been paranoid of cars just a little bit. Ever since then, I've been a little bit paranoid of cars ever since that happened. And then, yeah, I was getting these two mixed up. In 2024, sorry, I was getting the car crash and the hill almost burning down mixed up. But in 2024, my grandma, we told her, hey, we are going to North Carolina for a while. We will be back to burn your trash and your weeds. And our cousin said, yeah, I'll go up there and burn it while you're gone. She decided, yeah, well, I'll go up there and burn it for you. Instead, my grandma said, because my cousin was going to the Smoky Mountains, we would do it when we're back. It was a day trip. And she decided, nah, I can't be patient. So she decided to burn it herself, and you can still see the damage. Bye, I have to go. Sorry, Hamill. Bye, Wild. And the thing is, she tried to stomp it out. It was basically an inferno. It charred her entire garage, her shed. Sorry, Deathfly, I didn't mean to get you scared. But yeah. So we got a call. We were at a Mexican restaurant. We were waiting for our food. My mom got a call from, I don't remember if it was from our aunt or the hospital. But they said, yeah, she was in this and she had 3rd-degree burns on her legs and 2nd-degree burns on her arms. So yeah. Yeah. So understandably, my mom was upset because this was her mom. It doesn't help that recently before that all happened, my dad's grandma died of lung cancer. Welcome back. But yeah. It was. So yeah. Lovely. And the reason why she even got those burns is because she was still recovering from the car crash. So, and for some reason, she didn't bring her walker outside because the walker cannot go into the grass. Well, it can go into the grass, but whatever. She didn't bring her walker outside because she thought, oh well, I won't need to bring my walker outside because it's just going to be a little fire. Yeah, she got exhausted, so she sat down thinking she was out of the fire. She was not. She went back inside of her house, called the fire department, and for some reason, the fire department did not want to go because this was during a burn ban. So they, you don't know what the fire department said? Sorry, ma'am, we're closed. But I got it. How does the fire department close? Or whatever. So she convinced them to come, put out the fire, and it took the firemen to convince her to go to the hospital. Because you want to know what she was going to do to the 3rd-degree burns and the 2nd-degree burns? Oh, I'm just going to put aloe vera on it. I can't stay here for too long because I'm going to my mom's house and she doesn't. So I won't be able to go live. That's okay. Wolf girl and Ty. Wait, I hope your grandma's okay. Yeah, she's okay. Oh, also, she had cancer twice. She beat it. She had cancer before I was born. And then she got cancer, like, pretty sure a couple months after, like a year after she got burnt to a crisp. I have to go now. Bye. Bye, Wolf Girl. There's nothing I can do from the phone. If you're even using a phone, you might be using a tablet or a laptop, or I can't help through the device you're using. Sorry. But yeah. Bye, Wolf Girl. So yeah. What? I hope Grandma's okay. Yeah, she's good now. But she still has to go to the doctors and things like that, so yeah. Can't imagine why. Oh, my hand hurts. I'm gonna switch hands. Okay. But yeah. And also we go to this natural park every now and then. This has nothing to do with my grandma anymore. There was this one time my grandma had a panic attack because of a robber. Yikes. I hope your grandma's okay. But yeah. Oh, I just realized the copy which is. Yeah, which I. Oh no. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. Anyways, I'm switching back to the sand because, yeah. Anyways. English. My English is not Englishing anymore. That's honestly all the stories I got. But sometimes we go to this natural park thing, and I would always sit out because my grandma's suburban had like one of those retractable window roof things, right? So they would pull that back, and I would sit on the roof. But the thing is, when we were going to, but the most recent experience we had there, yeah, apparently we weren't allowed to do that anymore because some idiot parents saw a bear and the kid was sitting on the roof because they had a sunroof thing. And the bear was charging at their car. So they started to speed off. The kid fell off the roof and was attacked by the bear. The kid survived, don't worry. Hey, well, it's on here. No, Wild, she left. Oh. Yeah, thank goodness the kid survived, but we're not allowed to do that. And when we were doing it, one of the rangers said, you guys can do that, just don't let the park, the leader of the park rangers find you. So you're doing that, so we just agreed, yeah, we're not gonna get in trouble and get kicked out. So we just sat in the car and enjoyed our ride like that. Although I will say this, it sucks when there was something that you liked to do, but you're not able to do it anymore because of one person ruining the entire experience for everybody else. Oh, I'm on live.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Bruh, it's just so annoying. My mom came in the room. Anyways. So yeah. It's honestly really annoying. Anyways, that's honestly all the stories I've got. Yeah. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them. So yeah. If you guys have any stories you want to share, go ahead. Or any questions. I don't have really any stories. There's weird things. I have a weird thing with clowns that they freak me out. And it's okay. I actually have some stories. So my older brother's friend, Dad, he loves to try to scare me on Halloween because I will say this, I'm jumpy. I'm very jumpy. So the thing is, he scares me every single time we have a Halloween party there. Except for last year. So yeah. Wow. one time he scared me with a clown mask. It was, so yeah. Oh, yeah. One time my dad almost punched him because we were getting ready to leave. And he was hiding. And he heard somebody walking out thinking it was me. He jumped out at them, scared my dad, and my dad almost punched him. So, yeah. That was, interesting. You know. Because I was behind my dad. So, yeah. Ooh. Anyways. To be honest, that might be why I didn't and tried to scare me this year. I meant last year, English. Anyways. That's honestly all the stories I really have. So, if you guys want, you guys can tell your guys' own stories, and I'll read them. But be honest, I'll try to get this to... Hold on. I don't know when I get this, I'll just end it. So if you want to tell some of your own stories, go ahead. If you don't, whatever. Anyways, so there was this one time I was a clown and I scared my brother and he pushed me. Wow. Be honest, I have 2 older brothers, so therefore, I roughhouse. Me and my brother, my older brother, not my oldest, me and my older brother sometimes start fighting at reenactments where there's grass. So that way we'll cushion our fall. And he charges at me and tackles me to the ground, and then I say, and he basically wins after that, so yeah.
Where's Mom?
Bathroom. Well, my grandma's here for some reason, I don't know why. Anyways. I love to swim. I like swimming. Yay. One time I was at the beach. Thing is, every time I would try to swim into the water, the waves would keep on crashing into my face, and I would be like blind because the salt water. And this one time I got hit and I started like stumbling around. So my mom tried to help me get back to the shore because I could wipe my eyes with the towel. The thing is, a wave knocked her down, and and it also got into her eyes, so she couldn't see. And we kept on getting pushed around by the waves. We eventually fell, but we were, and we also might have knocked over a lady by accident. I don't know. I couldn't see, so yeah, I stumbled back onto the land as Mom got up. The lifeguard tried to help by wiping the salt out of my eyes, but the hands was sandy, and it just made it worse. There was this one time I was in a public pool, and I was opening my eyes, and I could not see for a whole day. Youch. No! Water! Anyways. My eyes cannot do salt water, but they can do chlorine. Yes, I prefer to wear goggles underwater. If I'm in a pool. But I will keep my eyes open even in the pool water because my eyes have gotten so used to the chlorine because I love swimming. Anyway, so yeah, and then there was this one time I got stung by a jellyfish at a Mulder Beach. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that. In South Carolina, not North. Anyways, I have nothing else to say. Okay. I got stung by a jellyfish. I overreacted. Oh yes, and then you have them send them to McKinney's story. That's pretty funny. So my brother showed me this video of a newsman during the summer, and I'm pretty sure in this one town and said was called McKinney. And I'm pretty sure it was like 4,600. And the news guy said, I'm pretty sure it still starts boiling at this temperature. You shouldn't even loot McKinney. You shouldn't even loot it. I would, but you shouldn't even loot it. So they were talking about something, I don't remember what it was, but they were talking about like these terrible torture things to send like more murderers and bad people to. They're talking about things like honeypots, like having goat lick the salt off their feet until they bled to death, things like that. And then all I said is just send them to McKinney. Then they ask who's McKinney, so that's just a running joke that I am in the mafia, and I have connections, so I know a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy who knows a guy named McKinney. So yeah, so that's just a joke. Is that I'm in the mob, and I know somebody named McKinney. Anyways, cool. And honestly, that's all really the only stories I have. So yeah. I like playing video games. My favorite video game. I like playing Minecraft. But let's see. I also like playing Borderlands. Borderlands is pretty good. Yeah, so I like playing Borderlands. I die a lot in Borderlands, which is pretty annoying. Mine is low Roblox. My favorite game is probably Minecraft, but I don't play Minecraft that often. If we're talking games that you can get on the TV, has to be Minecraft. But if we're talking mobile games, yeah, it's gotta be Roblox. Favorite Roblox game? Warrior Cats Ultimate Edition. Anyways. Rivals. Nice. Yeah. What's that? Get out. It was a fuzzy. But yeah. My favorite flowers are dragon's breath and sunflowers. I love fall. Fall's my favorite season. My favorite tree has to be cherry blossoms. I know, basic. My favorite colors are black and white. My favorite animal is wolves, as you obviously can tell. So yeah, that's just some things about me. I am female, as we haven't figured this out. Those are just some things about me. Nope. And Jack fell over. Bruh, get a life. Nobody cares about your opinions, loser. How about you get a life? Get a life. What? You get a life. I don't care if you call me a furry. You need a life, my guy. Stop picking on people that you find on the internet. And I done deleted their message. No, but nobody except for that person. Oh, and to that person, if you're still here, get a life. Stop bullying people on the internet. I don't care if you call me a furry. I would just continue deleting your messages, and don't start drama with me, because I have attitude. Sorry. There we go. Yay! Problem solved. They just got, so they might be gone for a whole 2 days, and I don't go live that often. Haters do not affect me. I am my worst enemy. I am my worst enemy, and I know my weaknesses. Same. I am my worst enemy. So haters do not affect me because they do not know my life, and yeah. They do not know me, I do not know them, so therefore I do not care what they have to say. And all I have to say about haters is womp womp, get a life, you losers. That's all I have to say about haters. They just need a life. Instead of bullying people on the internet. Obviously, you're gonna get haters as you get more subscribers and things, but seriously, I don't even understand the point of being a hater. Like, why? I don't think I understand it. But I don't need to understand it. I don't need to understand it to know that they're just losers who don't have a life and need to touch more grass instead of touching fresh air whenever they get their Uber Eats delivery. Sorry, I forgot what it's called for a second. Yeah. They probably still live in their mom's basement, to be honest. Anyways, I don't really have anything else to say, but that was an issue. My goal, honestly, is to get to 20k subs. I hope you get to that goal, Wild. All I have to say about the haters what about you? If you are a hater, you got to realize if you're a hater, you have to know that people also hate all those haters. Yeah. I like that. Actually, you know what? Deathlight, I like that, so I'm going to pin that. That's nice. Trying to pin it. There you go. Anyways. Oh wait, I think I actually am going to need to end the live. My phone is at 16%. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream and see you guys later.